The Poet's Dream, sequel to The Norman Boy. William Wordsworth. Just as those final words were penned, the sun broke out in power, and gladdened all things. But, as chanced, within that very hour, air blackened, thunder growled, fire flashed from clouds that hid the sky, and, for the subject of my verse, I heaved a pensive sigh. Nor could my heart by second thoughts from heaviness be cleared, for bodied forth before my eyes the cross-crowned head appeared. And, while around its storm as fierce seemed troubling earth and air, I saw, within, the Norman boy kneeling alone in prayer. The child, as if the thunder's voice spake with articulate call, bowed meekly in submissive fear, before the Lord of all. His lips were moving, and his eyes, upraised to sue for grace, with soft illumination cheered the dimness of that place. How beautiful is holiness! What wonder if the sight, almost as vivid as a dream, produced a dream at night? It came with sleep and showed the boy, no cherub, not transformed, but the poor ragged thing whose ways my human heart had warmed. Me had the dream equipped with wings, so I took him in my arms, and lifted from the grassy floor, stilling his faint alarms, and bore him high through yielding air my debt of love to pay, by giving him, for both our sakes, an hour of holiday. I whispered, Amperson quo. Yet a little while, dear child. Thou art my own, to show thee some delightful thing, in country or in town. What shall it be? A mirthful throng? Or that holy place in calm St. Denis, filled with royal tombs, or the church of Notre Dame? St. Owen's golden shrine? Or choose what else would please thee most of any wonder Normandy, or all proud France, can boast. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. My mother, Amperson quo, said the boy, Amperson quo, was born near to a blessed tree, the chapel oak of Alonville. Good angel, show it me. Amperson quo. On wings, from broad and steadfast poise let loose by this reply, for Alonville, o'er down and dell, away then did we fly. O'er town and tower we flew, and fields in May's fresh verdure dressed. The wings they did not flag. The child, though grave, was not depressed. But who shall show, to waking sense, the gleam of light that broke forth from his eyes, when first the boy looked down on that huge oak, for length of days so much revered, so famous where it stands for twofold hallowing, nature's care, and work of human hands? Strong as an eagle with my charge I glided round and round the wide-spread boughs, for view of door, window, and stair that wound gracefully up the gnarled trunk. Nor left we unsurveyed the pointed steeple peering forth from the center of the shade. Alighted, opened with soft touch the chapel's iron door, passed softly, leading in the boy. And, while from roof to to roof all round his eyes the child with wonder cast, pleasure on pleasure crowded in, each livelier than the last. For, deftly framed within the trunk, the sanctuary showed, by light of lamp and precious stones, that glimmered here. There glowed, shrine, altar, image, offerings hung in sign of gratitude. Sight that inspired accordant thoughts. And speech I thus renewed, Amperson quo. Hither the afflicted come, as thou hast heard thy mother say, and, kneeling, supplication make to Our Lady de la Paix. What mournful sighs have here been heard, and, when the voice was stopped by sudden pangs, what bitter tears have on this pavement dropped. Poor shepherd of the naked down, a favored lot is thine, far happier lot, dear boy, than brings full many to this shrine. From body pains and pains of soul thou needest no release, thy hours as they flow on are spent, if not in joy, in peace. Then offer up thy heart to God in thankfulness and praise, give to Him prayers, and many thoughts, in thy most busy days. And in His sight the fragile cross, on thy small hut, will be holy as that which long hath crowned the chapel of this tree. Holy as that far scene which crowns the sumptuous church in Rome, where thousands meet to worship God under a mighty dome. He sees the bending multitude, he hears the choral rites, yet not the less, in children's hymns and lonely prayer, delights. God for His service needeth not proud work of human skill. They please Him best who labor most to do in peace His will, so let us strive to live, and to our spirits will be given such wings as, when our Savior calls, shall bear us up to heaven. Amperson quo. The boy no answer made by words, but, so earnest was his look, sleep fled, and with it fled the dream, recorded in this book, lest all that passed should melt away in silence from my mind, as visions still more bright have done, and left no trace behind. But oh, that countryman of thine, whose eye, loved child, can see a pledge of endless bliss and acts of early piety, in verse, which to thy ear might come, would treat this simple theme, nor leave untold our happy flight in that adventurous dream. Alas, the dream, to thee, poor boy, to thee from whom it flowed, was nothing, scarcely can be aught, yet 'twas bounteously bestowed. If I may dare to cherish hope that gentle eyes will read not loath, and listening little ones, heart touched, their fancies feed,